Hello and welcome to Rise Unwind. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week we try to talk to people from across the country about things you could do in your neighborhood. And on this week's show, we got this.
When it all melts and they go away, that's the only access they have to get these supplies. So when I stop and think of my kids or my granddaughters going without food or supplies that they need to live throughout a year, that's how important it is.
The school principal who hypnotized his students and he wasn't licensed to do it. And there, three of them tragically died. There's no murders, but they die.
I thought it's hard to take in, if you're a real person that this is happening to, the larger aspects of what is going on in the world. And there's many times where she's, the Simpsons character of old man yelling at clouds.
All of that and more right here on Rise and Unwind. After the holidays, a lot of people finally look at their credit card balance and think, okay, now what? New numbers show Americans are carrying more credit card debt than ever, and most financial resolutions don't make it past a few months. So joining us today is Dr. Erika Rasure, Chief Financial Wellness Advisor at Beyond Finance, to help reset how we think about money this year. And it's great to have you, Dr. Rasure. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me.
I was reading $1.23 trillion in credit card debt. That number is huge.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean for everyday families right now?
Well, record debt means record stress for many families. You're right. That 1.23 trillion figure is stunning. And what it tells us is that many families are relying on credit cards just to get by. We're not talking luxuries. We're talking everyday expenses and essentials. And of course, when those balances keep growing, it creates this constant source and sense of pressure and uncertainty. And for the average household, this isn't just a money issue. This becomes a mental health issue because that persistent debt really starts to erode confidence, increase stress, really ratchet up that anxiety. And it just makes it that much harder to plan for the future.
And research is showing that more than 80% of people just give up on their financial goals by March. So why do traditional money resolutions just fail so often?
Well, what's interesting is January may still feel like a reset, but our research shows that Americans have really stopped believing that it leads to lasting financial change. And it's not because, people are failing at resolutions because they're bad at sticking to them, but it's really because goals don't tend to stick around if they're not initially anchored in with a person's values from the get-go. And so if you're listening and you're finding yourself being like, I don't think I want to stick to my resolutions anymore. I don't think I got much more time on these. This would be a good time to dig a little bit deeper to understand what values shape your whys around money. So why you are the way you are, what attitudes you have around money, what beliefs you have, what goals you like to set for yourself. And when you can bring values into that, you can start learning how to improve your money management and financial wellness from a different place, that values place, rather than that just strict willpower place that resolutions really lend themselves to, which will hopefully make you a little more successful way past March.
And for somebody that's feeling overwhelmed after the holidays, what is a smart first step that doesn't feel scary?
Yeah, I think the very first step is, realizing that sustainable financial change starts with self-understanding instead of like the self-criticism. And so stop beating yourself up and bring some awareness and clarity to your values and come at it from a place of kindness and compassion, not a place of self-flagellation.
All right, Dr. Rasure, where can people go for more information or ways to get help?
Yeah, people can visit beyondfinance.com's financial wellness section. We've got a really wonderful money mindset checklist designed specifically to help people reflect on their values and hopefully reduce a little bit of financial stress. Again, that's beyondfinance.com.
Hey, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Do you ever watch a true crime story and think, there's no way that this could be real? And then it is. Then that is the idea behind the brand new season of A Curious Case Of, a series that digs into bizarre, stranger than fiction cases filled with twists, deception, and shocking outcomes. So joining us today is Beth Karras, veteran legal analyst and former prosecutor who helps break down what really happened and why these stories still matter. Welcome to the show, Beth. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Excited about it too.
Happy New Year to you. And before the break, I was saying, I love the show. It's great. It's interesting. It's because, a lot of these true crime drama stories always is this person murdered this baby, and it's dark, it's demented, and it kind of goes into these, deep tales of like blood, guts, and people that are just doing on horrible things. But this show, okay, and not to just keep gushing about it, it goes into something a little different. It does have like the true crime. It has some weird tales. It has some stories. First season, loved it to death. But you investigate things that are a little different and not just blood, guts, and watch these people kill things that were innocent all from the start.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head. That why this series resonates with a lot of men who are kind of get turned off to a lot of blood and guts and murder, right? It's like a largely female audience. It skews female, I should say. But I'm hearing from husbands and boyfriends saying, there's a show that I can watch that's crime or crime adjacent, as we say, that I can watch with my girlfriend or my wife and enjoy it. So we're not looking at murders, but we're looking at weird, bizarre behavior, as you said. It's deceitful, it's fraudulent, could be cults, it's something's wrong here. What is it? A crime? What is the crime? Sometimes it's clear there's a crime, but it's like somebody gets away with a deception or a fraud for a long time. It's like I marvel at what people do and get away with.
Yeah, I think I'd be a little nervous if I'm sitting down and relax and my wife is getting super excited about a murder drama of someone killing their husband. Yeah, I can understand that situation. But okay, you really choose some wild and interesting tales and stories. How do you find these?
So, there's a team of us, and I'm part of that team who look for the stories. I mean, stories come to me, but we also we scan the internet. We might listen to some podcasts. Maybe people we know. There's a story I've been pitching of somebody I know who had. I don't want to give away the punchline, but it's not in this series. But he was missing for a long time, and people thought he was abducted by aliens. Turns out that wasn't the case. Anyway, they're weird, twisted stories, and we just find them, in life, on the internet, newspapers, friends, people we know. We listen to reports.
All right, and this season, what are some of the highlights? Anything big that we should be looking out for? What's something we can look forward to in the season? What's the elevator pitch this time?
So, well, the finale is a good one, right? And it's called The Corpse That Came to Dinner. Okay, I just leave it at that. It's a weird story. 91-year-old woman found with 2 corpses at home, right? Unbombed corpses. So that was weird. It's like, it's got to be a crime here somewhere, but it was her husband and her twin sister. Like, she loved them. She cared for them. Is it really a crime? So that's the finale. So you got to wait 8 weeks for that one. But the school principal who hypnotized his students, and he wasn't licensed to do it. And there 3 of them tragically die. There's no murders, but they die. The woman who is faking her illnesses, she's faking paralysis from the neck down. What, to get attention? I'm not sure. She fakes being a cancer survivor. She wants people to like her, maybe. I don't know. She fakes pregnancies. These are all over several years. It's very strange behavior that made me angry, having grown up with 2 special needs brothers who died as young adults. That really made me angry that somebody would fake an illness that they don't have just to get people's sympathy. I guess. I'm not really sure. So that's one of the stories. But that was like, what is the crime here? It's not a crime to break someone's heart. It's not a crime to lie unless you're getting a benefit. And that's what did her in. She got a benefit. She got something of value. She got a bicycle. She got a trip. She got some expenses paid to go to a camp for the special needs people. So, I mean, the first episode, right, the green smoothie, guy who practiced medicine without a license was also like, he started life pretty good, making a lot of money with his alkaline diet. But then he took it a step too far. He got too greedy. He started promising people he could cure their cancer. That's what landed him in prison.
As a journalist and someone that has dealt with legal analysts and former prosecutors, what did you learn while working on these projects? And what is something that is a takeaway that you going into this? Okay, these are interesting stories, but what is something that like made you realize, or what did you learn that you want people at home to kind of get while watching this, or just learn while making the projects yourself?
want people to be aware that there are a lot of frauds being perpetrated, not just on the robocalls and the emails you get where people are trying to get into your bank account and get your personal information, but people are out there lying about themselves. I mean, the green smoothie promising, the guy with the smoothies promising he can cure your cancer, the woman faking her paralysis, and she really did fake the counselors. I mean, they thought she was paralyzed. I mean, just it's a cautionary tale to just always be on alert. I don't want people to be distrustful of everyone, but just, you just gotta check things. And if your radar, your gut is telling you something's not right, that's probably the case.
Beth, you are a hero. Thank you for bringing this once again to us. We love this stuff. So,
Thank you.
You got to check out new episodes of Curious Case Up that are airing weekly on Investigation Discovery, with episodes also available streaming on Max. If you're fascinated by true stories that prove reality could be a little stranger than fiction, then this is absolutely one worth watching. Beth, I want to thank you once again for being with us, my friend.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Ever wonder what it takes to drive a massive truck across a sheet of ice? Knowing one wrong move could mean disaster. The hit History Channel series Ice Road Truckers has returned with its most intense season yet. Higher stakes, deadlier conditions, and shorter windows to deliver life-saving supplies to some of the most remote communities on Earth. Joining me is a fan favorite and veteran trucker, Todd Dewey, who's back behind the wheel for season 12. Welcome to the show, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm actually standing on solid ground right now, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
All right, there you go. For those out there who haven't seen it, what do you think makes ice road trucking such a dangerous and vital job?
Oh my gosh. Well, you hit it all when you explained it right off the get-go and letting them know who you were going to be talking to. It starts out from day one and it don't stop until the season's actually over with and you're on a plane flying home. I mean, what it takes to be an ice road trucker is a whole lot of crazy and a lot of trucking skills and a lot of years behind the wheel. That's what it honestly takes. And, we go up there and fight Mother Nature like nobody's business, from snowstorms to thin ice to losing your loads to truck breakdowns and there's some things that happen this season. I know that we've had lots of other seasons and lots of things have happened, but I don't know why or for what reason, but things happen on this season that have never happened before. We had trailers going losing oversized loads. Some of the worst weather conditions I think we've ever been faced with up there, including very thin ice due to climate change, and a very short window to go get a lot of loads in these communities. And what people don't understand is they're like, well, you're just driving down the road and just delivering a load. It's not like that. It's what we got to go through to get these loads into the community. Some people say, well, why is it worth it? Why do you want to go out there and risk your life and just to drive on an ice road and drive across the ice? Well, I tell you what, when you battle Mother Nature the way we got to battle it, and you get that load into the community and these communities come out and it's like Christmas time to them, and the little kids come up and they give you a hug and they're so excited to be getting their new bike, maybe that's in their load of supplies, or their food that they need for the remainder of the year after the ice roads, when they all melt and they go away, that's the only access they have to get these supplies. So when I stop and think of my kids or my granddaughters going without food or supplies that they need to live throughout a year, that's how important it is. And they show their appreciation when you show up there, and it makes it all worthwhile.
And you face some brutal hauls. What's the toughest one that sticks with you?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many over the hauls. I can't give any away this year. You're going to have to put your seatbelt on and buckle up and watch a show and go for a crazy ride of this. But there has been so many. There's been so many times that I think I broke a couple records over the years for some of the heaviest hauls on the ice, and there's been a lot of situations. There's been a lot of scary moments. Let's put it that way.
And season 12, it marks really a big return after a long hiatus. What's it been like getting back on the ice kind of this time around?
Oh, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. After having 8 years off and spending and doing a little family time and doing some graduations with my daughters and getting my new grandbabies and doing all that, and then getting the call to go back up after 8 years of not being on the ice, I was nervous. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I was like, oh my gosh, because then you get flooded with all those emotions of knowing what's about to happen, how thin the ice can get, Mother Nature, the snowstorms you're going to get yourself into. Am I going to be able to get these loads? And do I still have what it takes to be an ice road trucker? And so the first couple of 2-3 runs up there, I was nervous like nobody's business, thinking, oh my, because it just flooded me with emotions. The second I hit that first ice road, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm here and doing this again. So it was quite the adventure, and this is definitely one season you are not going to want to miss.
And this season, we're seeing some veterans and rookies out there. How do the new drivers handle the pressure compared to some of the seasoned pros like you?
I don't know. I've been with a couple new season drivers that have been up there over the years of ice road trucking, and of course, I don't ever leave a driver behind. If I'm with somebody and they're new and they don't know, they're in a situation where they don't know what to do or how to get out of it or how to fix their truck, I'm not going to leave them. I'm going to stay there and help them until we get everybody safe and we're back up and rolling and get out of Mother Nature's elements and get back to rolling. But as far as the new guys this year, I didn't get a lot of trucking time with them. I know that they were nervous. I did talk to them on the side a little bit. And when we were back in getting loads, they're like, oh my gosh, this is not what I expected. I didn't think the roads were going to be this brutal. I didn't think Mother Nature is going to be this brutal. And it's like, I asked them the question, well, what do you think about coming back for another season? If the Muskie Creek asks you to come back and be another driver again this next year, they're like, oh man, I'm going to have to think about it because it's that brutal. I mean, these road conditions put you through things you never think your body or physically and emotionally that you'd ever be put through. It's pretty amazing.
And beyond the danger and the paychecks, what's the real reward that's keeping you back hitting the road over and over again?
Getting those loads to the communities, those hugs and those hot plate of food after battling and putting your body and getting those loads in the community from Mother Nature and battling those ice roads. When you see the smiles on those families' faces and the way they came up and they give you a hug, and it's not just like a hug like, oh, no, it's a hug like you can tell the appreciation in it. And they kiss you on the cheek or whatever they do, and they just look at you in the eyes and say, thank you. We needed this. That's what being an ice road trucker is about, and that's why I love doing it so much.
Do the words global warming scare you?
Oh, absolutely. It scares me because of the fact of it almost feels like there's going to come a time to where those communities can't get their supplies that they need to survive and take care of their families, and that is definitely very scary.
Todd, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can watch Todd and the rest of the Fearless crew now on Ice Road Trucker Season 12, airing Wednesday nights on History Channel and streaming the next day at history.com/Ice Road Truckers. Hey, Todd, thanks for joining me today.
You betcha. Hey, stay safe out there and buckle up for the first episode. You're going to need it.
When you think of Las Vegas, you might picture bright lights and big productions, but this one comes with a message of love, unity, and rhythm. Bob Marley, Hope Road is a powerful live experience at Mandalay Bay that celebrates the life, music, and spirits of legendary Bob Marley. So joining us this morning is his daughter, Cedella Marley, an artist, author, and CEO of Bob Marley Group of Companies, to talk about how her father's legacy lives on through his show. Welcome, Cedella. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually really excited about the show. I'm a big fan of your dad. What first inspired the creation of Bob Marley Hope Road?
Well, the show was inspired by Daddy's life, music, and the message of one love. We wanted to create an immersive experience that connects the audience to his legacy in a way that is entertaining, but meaningful. So, yeah, that was the inspiration.
And seeing come to life in Las Vegas, what does that mean for you and the Marley family?
It means everything to us. Seeing Daddy's message of love and unity come alive in a city like Las Vegas, Sin City. It's something that I feel he would have been proud that we have done this. When you can have people come together to feel joy and connection to each other, it's a special thing. And Hope Road is that experience that lifts your spirit, and it reminds you what we all share. And we all share, one love and unity. There's a lot of division in the world today. And I think that his message is relevant, even more so today than yesterday. And you get a little bit of that when you come to One Love, to Hope Road, not One Love.
And there have been many tributes to Bob over the years. How do you feel Hope Road stands apart from some of the other shows that have been happening?
I mean, it's a first of its kind production. It combines live performance, storytelling, multi-sensory elements to immerse audience into Daddy's world. It's not just a concert, it's an interactive journey with his music and his message and the cultural impact he had on the world. It's something that, my kids have a new saying, Mom, that is it. Hope Road is it.
And his music continues to connect with like new generations around the world, like you said, your kids. Why do you think his message still resonates so strongly today?
Because his music carries the universal theme of love, unity, and hope. People from all backgrounds connect with the authenticity, you know what I mean, and the positivity in his songs, and I think that's why it's timeless. Yeah.
And for someone who's never seen reggae performed live, or maybe isn't really familiar with his music, why do you think Hope Road is a perfect introduction?
I mean, even if somebody has never heard reggae, the good thing is that the show is immersive. It's high energy. It's emotionally powerful too, you know. Some of the stuff that you're gonna see there, it can make you cry, you know, even if you don't know the music. It's a celebration of life, of love and culture that I feel like that can connect us, you know. And we should just enjoy it.
So what do you hope people take away from the experience after seeing the show?
Yeah, I hope they leave inspired, uplifted, and connected to the spirit of one love. Beyond entertainment, we want audience to feel the emotional and spiritual impact of Daddy's music and his message.
So how have audiences been reacting so far?
Good. I mean, everybody come out to their hype. You know, it's a real dance hall. You know, you learn all kind of different Jamaican dances. It's just something like I can't even explain it. It's like you have to go there to see it and feel it. You know, this is the first immersive experience I've ever been to that you come out feeling something. And I'm not just saying that because it's my dad. I'm saying that because it's true. You know, Daddy always said his music was for the people, and this show carries that same heart. You can feel that energy in every single room. And I just want to big up, you know, the entire crew, you know, who has to do this night after night after night. But it's enjoyable.
And what about the next generation of the Marley family? How are they doing, helping build that legacy and keeping it going forward in this production?
Oh, they're working. They're my two DJs, Shasa Payne and Zuri. They bring the energy to the room. You know, after you go in and you pass like all the pictures and stuff, once you enter the dance hall, you're gonna see those two girls lighting it up. And I mean, in a good way. You know, so it's amazing. It's amazing. And they had to audition for the job too. They didn't just get it because, you know, they had to work for it. So I'm happy that they got the job and they're doing amazing. And you have to come see them.
Sedella, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can experience Bob Marley's Hope Road live at Mandalay Bay Resorts and Casino in Las Vegas. For showtimes, tickets, or more, visit hoperoad.com. That's hoperoad.com. Sedella, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah.
Ever wonder what would happen if the whole world suddenly got too happy and you were the one person who couldn't go along with it? Apple TV has a brand new series called Pluribus, where a mysterious event connects pretty much everyone, and somehow that perfect world feels like a nightmare. Rhea Seehorn stars as Carol, the most miserable person on Earth, who might be the only person who can stop it. Rhea Seehorn is here with us today. Welcome to the show, Rhea. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. Thanks.
All right, so for people that are just hearing about Pluribus, what is the simplest way to describe Carol and the moment that her world kind of flips upside down?
Simple? I'm not sure I can pull that one off. Okay, so Carol was, it kind of is, but was a successful romance novelist, but very much a misanthrope, fault finder, can't enjoy anything, has to say what's wrong with everything, and has this world event happen that moves somewhat like a virus, where everybody except 13 people are immune, and she's one of the immune people to this thing that makes everybody habitually peaceful and content and happy. And they all have one brain. You're still in your own mortal body, but you share one hive mind. Carol thinks this is a horrible thing. And even among the other immune people, a lot of them think, why is this so bad? And that's sort of an integral question that the show explores from a lot of different angles of how do you define happiness? How do you define contentment? How do you define individuality and freedom and success? And what is worth the cost of some of those things?
And it also looks like Carol has this dream life, but she's still miserable. and I can relate. What did you latch onto emotionally when you first read who she is and
Sorry
who
about
she's kind of fighting against?
I mean, I felt like she's, wait, say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh, no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so
Okay.
cat life is the best life that we have. It was basically saying, when you read the script, what did you latch onto emotionally, and when you saw that she was kind of fighting against the world, I guess?
Yeah, many things. And one of them being that I had to constantly keep in mind that there is a very personal obstacle she has weighing her down. In addition to losing the world, she lost her wife. And we wanted that grief to stay real and present and not just be something that you're just over the next day. And I kind of would start from that place some days because I thought she can't, it's hard to take in if you're a real person that this is happening to, the larger aspects of what is going on in the world. And there's many times where she's, the Simpsons character of old man yelling at clouds, and she's just the only person screaming and no one understands why. And so I just kept reminding myself to try to be as honest as I could in those moments. And Vince writes in a way that allows those moments of honesty, which I think are always the way to bring the audience in on the journey with me.
And the show plays with this big question, is that joined happiness a utopia, or is it something darker? As an actor, how do you stay grounded in the reality of the story while everything around just kind of feels uncanny?
Just like I was just saying, I just look for like, what is the real person in the middle of this? What is the real reaction? So yeah, most of us have not had a situation where we felt like the entire world was invaded by some kind of alien virus that was making them happy. But we have all been in rooms, most of us, I think, where you feel like you're the only person shouting that the barn's on fire. Mm-hmm. And you look crazy shouting it. And everyone's like, wow, you should really settle down. And it just is making you crazier and crazier. So I was just constantly look for like, what are the things that are most like this, as if that you can just start the build from there and then raise the stakes.
And you and Vince Gilligan have such a strong creative history. I could tell that there's a big difference in the tone of Pluribus compared to what people might expect from him. But how did he open this up and let you explore in what you did with Carol?
I mean, for some people, this is Vince going back to his roots because he started on X-Files. So they were prepared to have him do sci-fi. He actually told me almost nothing. He just said it has nothing to do with the Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul world. It has a sci-fi element, and I just want to send you the script and see what you think. And I went on the same wild ride that you guys did watching the pilot. I was just like, this is nuts, and this is going to be so much fun.
Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Pluribus is streaming now on Apple TV. If you like smart sci-fi with suspense, dark humor, and a big, wait, what would I do question or two, this one's going to stick with you. So check it out on Apple TV. Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, I want to thank you for tuning in to Rise and Unwind. If you want to be part of the show, just go to our website, riseunwindtv.com, fill out the form, send it in. Maybe you could be on a future episode. We're on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Plus, you can find our YouTube channel at Rise Unwind. And until next week, that was the show we like to call Rise and Unwind.